Hi Year 6, Mrs Green here with your Friday spelling lesson. From next week you will have another Year 6 teacher taking on your spelling, and I'll be taking on a different subject for you. Okay, so this week we have been looking at the cial ending spelt using tial, and we have learned a rule. But do these rules always work? Well, that leads me to your starter task, which will get you thinking very much about that question I've just asked. So, before we get to that, let's have a go at this quick game. As you can see, there are pictures. These pictures represent a word that ends with the cial ending, the tial ending. Can you identify the words? But also, can you identify the odd one out? Pause the video now and have a go. So the first one, spatial, relates to the space in an area. Martial relates to fighting or war. Partial relates to not being whole or complete. Sequential, which is not one of our words this week, however it is still a word ending with the cial sound, relates to following in a logical order or sequence. And substantial relates to there being considerable size, worth or importance, hence why an elephant has been used. And the last one, confidential, which is when you intend to keep something secret. And you'll notice that I have circled spatial as the odd one out. But why? Well, if we think about our rule of thumb, when the stem of the word ends in a consonant, add tial. Well, have a look at these words, which I put down as exception words. These don't follow the rule. Spatial, with the stem of the word, ends in an A, which is a vowel. So following the rule, we should be adding cial and not tial. The same as palatial and the same as initial. And then I've starred there, we've got another word, controversial as well. We should be adding tial, but it actually ends with a sial. So this is worth bearing in mind, Year 6, that although we have rules to help us with our spelling, these rules do not work all of the time. Within every rule, there are always common exception words. Okay, so we're now going to move on for you guys to have an opportunity to practice your spellings again in another way, using a different strategy. So, like yesterday, we're going to roll the dice. Okay, 4. So, for today, we're going to be using look, say, cover, write, check. Choose some of the trickiest words from your spelling list, and then let's try this method. So, first of all, number 1, study the word in close detail. Really look carefully at all the letters. Count how many letters there are as well, that can really help. Number 2, pronounce the word aloud and say it a few times aloud. Number 3, cover it with your hand or a piece of paper, just cover the word. And number 4, this is your opportunity to have a go. Have a go at spelling the word. And finally, check it against your original spelling. Have you got it right? Where have you gone wrong if you've made a mistake? Moving on to a fun game, a crossword. There will also be a challenge for 3 reasons. 1, you don't have it in front of you. And 2, you need to know your spellings and the definitions of those tial words. But there's also one tial word that we haven't covered this week. Okay, I'm now going to read out the clues, so listen very carefully. 1 down. A letter from the bank would be described as blank. 3 across. The blank rain caused flooding. 6 across. Now this is an adverb, guys, so think very carefully about most adverb endings. This word is used to emphasize the basic and most fundamental things or actions. 2 down. The holiday was only a blank success as it rained half of the time. 5 down. This shares the same root word with the one I've just done, the one I've just read out, but it is an adverb. We couldn't eat the meat as it was only blank cooked. 4 down. Now this is that new word, a word that we haven't covered yet that is a tial ending. 12 families live in this blank area. 7 down. There was a blank amount of snow, which meant schools had to close. 8 across. It is blank. You wear your seatbelt to keep yourself safe when in a moving car. Pause the video when you need to go back to listen to clues and have a go at answering these questions. Okay, let's check our answers. 1 down, confidential. 3 across, torrential. 6 across, essentially. 2 down, partial. 5 down, partially. 4 down, residential, our new word. 7 down, substantial. And 8 across, essential. Well done if you managed to complete that challenge. Okay, let's practice our handwriting today. I'm going to be modelling our handwriting using the word substantial. Okay, so starting with our S, which goes between the lines, into my U, my B, which is an ascender, so it goes right up to the red line and round. Now we join into the B, but we don't join from the B, so we start again with our S, into our T and ascender, but we don't go all the way up with our T's, it's not one of the tallest ones, into our A and our M, which has got a little bit of a stick on top and round. Bearing in mind that all of these letters should be within the lines. T again, which is not a very tall ascender, my I to my A and then back round again, and finishing with my L all the way to the line, the tall ascender, not forgetting to cross my T's and dot my I. Okay, here's your spelling chili challenges. 1 chili, practice your handwriting for all of your spelling words. 2 chili, write the definition for all of your spelling words. And 3 chili, write complex sentences for all of your spelling words, thinking carefully about your use of subordinate conjunctions and your 2 clauses. And now finally, it brings me to announcing our Spelling Shared Champions as of Thursday the 14th of January. And I would like to say, before I share the winners with you, there are more and more children who have been engaging with Spelling Shared, so well done. The teachers are aware of it and I'm very impressed. Here we go then, starting in 10th place. Frankie, well done Frankie. In 9th place, Esther. In 9th place, Esther. In 8th place, Lewis. 7th place, Lexi. In 6th place, Samson. 5th place, Edward. 4th place, Kira. 3rd place, Harvey. 2nd place, Darcy. Another new name, Darcy, well done. And finally, our winner, well done Harrison, you are number 1 in all of Year 6 for being our Spelling Shared champion. In 9th place, Esther. In 8th place, Lewis. 7th place, Lexi. In 6th place, Samson. 5th place, Edward. 4th place, Kira. 3rd place, Harvey. 2nd place, Darcy. Another new name, Darcy, well done. And finally, our winner, well done Harrison, you are number 1 in all of Year 6 for being our Spelling Shared champion.